emphasis and expertise is in mental health. And I'm also a certified life coach, and I've been a life coach since 2016. I'm also certified in inner healing and deliverance. So, healing and deliverance is something that is just so very, very, very important. I'm going to start with definitions and synonyms so that we have an understanding of what we are talking about and what we will be discussing on today. I won't be before you long, but first we're going to talk about trauma. What exactly is a trauma? What does it look like? A trauma is a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. It can cause damage to the mind that occurs as a result of a distressing event. It could be overwhelming amounts of stress that exceed one's ability to cope or integrate the emotions involved with the experience. Trauma is also an injury such as a wound to any type of living tissue, and this is more so external trauma, but in the facts due to the heart, that your external environment and the things that you were exposed to maybe as a child in your adolescent years, those can definitely affect your inside as well. So a wound can be a physical wound from a cut or an accident, but the same applies to the matters of the heart. You can be wounded in your heart, you can be wounded in your soul due to the things that you experienced as a child. Then we're going to talk about what some synonyms for trauma is: damage, bruise, wounding, hurt, and sore. Now we're going to jump into a perpetual pattern. A perpetual pattern is an act or situation or state that happens again and again and again. It's a repeated cycle. It seems to never end. You're constantly going around the same mountains. It's continuing forever, everlasting, lasting an indefinitely long time. Synonyms for patterns include sequence, scheme, plan, and arrangement. Then I wanted to touch on the subconscious, since we will be talking about trauma. And what a lot of people don't understand is that trauma can happen to you externally, but it affects you internally: your heart, your mind, your soul, your emotions. So I want to talk about the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is concerning the part of the mind of which one is not fully aware, but which influences one's actions and feelings. It's part of a person's mind that has ideas and feelings, and that the person is not aware of. Synonyms for subconscious include suppressed, repressed, subliminal, hidden, inmost, inner, as well as mental. And hello to those of you who have joined. Thank you for joining me. So I want to stay right here on the subconscious for a second. So this is where the enemy comes in and takes toll. This is his playground in the subconscious mind, because if he can make you feel like the things that happened to you in your past are not important for your future, that the hurt and the pain that you experience maybe in your childhood, growing up in your neighborhood, in the environment that you lived in, if he can trick you and trap you and make you feel like you are okay in your mind and you don't have to heal those things, let's just tuck them away and let's sweep them under a rug and let's just forget that they ever happened, you will be wounded and you will still continue to bleed throughout the years of your life. So although you are in your subconscious mind trying to forget that happened to you, you can't forget without healing. Healing has to take place. Anytime you are wounded or scarred, you have to address the wound. Otherwise, it will become infected. And when it becomes infected, it affects the other parts of your body. So think about if you're riding your bike and you fall and you scrape your knee, or you fall really, really hard and you bust your leg open or something like that. You cannot just let that be. You have to cater to that wound. You have to stitch up that wound. You have to clean that wound first. So the same applies to the things in regards to our soul. If you were wounded, if you were hurt as a child, and the enemy tells you, forget about that, it happened, it's okay, let's keep moving forward, without you addressing that wound and cleaning that wound, you are infecting yourself. And as time goes on and you're involved in relationships, you're working, your family, you will begin to infect those around you, because you have chosen not to do the work to heal those things that may have happened to you. And although you did not have control over the things that happened to you as a child, we were just children, now we're adults, you are still responsible for cleaning it up. You have to be responsible for you. You have to be a good steward of what God has given you. And He has given you your temple. He has given you your mind, your heart. He has given you your soul. So you have to be a good steward of that, and you have to make sure that you are operating from a pure place, that your motives are pure, that your heart is clean, that your mind does not have any residue or debris from the things that happened to you as a child. So trauma could be anything from parents leaving when you were a child, being neglected, being abandoned, being overlooked, depending on your lineup with your siblings. All of these things can take a toll on a child that does not have the proper tools to properly emotionally regulate. If you grew up in a house that was chaotic, that was dysfunctional, the parents were in and out, you weren't tended to in your emotions, you might have some trauma, some unresolved trauma. If your parents divorced when you were a child, when you were a teenager, and you did not have anybody to walk you through those steps or that healing process, and you were told to just, okay, we got to keep moving, or what you saw was, we just got to keep moving along, it happened, let's keep going, you might have some unresolved trauma. If you were a child and close family members passed away and nobody walked you through that process, you might have some unresolved trauma. If there was a lot of sickness in your family when you were a child and you just saw so many different people dying due to different illness or sickness, and there was nobody there to walk you through those types of things, you might have some unresolved trauma. And so what happens is, you go from childhood to adolescence, and in your adolescence, you are now meeting friends in school, you have your peer groups, you're hanging out, you are attaching yourself to people who look like you. And when I say look like you, I mean that they operate the same way that you're operating. So if you're wounded, 9 times out of 10, your clique is going to be wounded too, because you mirror your relationships. When you look in the mirror and you pick those people to be your friends, to be your companions, to be your significant others, they are a mirror and a reflection of you. So if you are operating from a broken place, if you have not healed and properly cleaned up your wounds from when you were a child, guess what? Your relationships will start to expose that. So you might go around telling people, I'm healed and I'm whole, but the result is, everybody can see it based off of the people that you cling to, based off of the people that you are around, based off of the people that you are attached to. You have to get to a place where you really do the work to heal those infections. You have to get to a place where you are authentic and honest and truthful with yourself, and really just say, man, I keep going around this same mountain over and over again. What's going on with me? Because it's not everybody else all the time. And I know that pride can make people feel like, oh, I'm good. I'm real good. It's not me. It's everybody else. But when you break it down, if in every situation you are the common denominator, then I'm sorry. It is you. And you have to do the work to heal your heart. You have to do the work to heal your soul. You have to do your work to clear up your mind, and then renew your mind so that you can be transformed, so that you can operate and function from a whole place, from a true, healthy, and whole place. Thank you for those who are hopping on. Thanks for joining me this Saturday. We're talking about perpetual patterns due to unresolved trauma. And so I really wanted to touch on Proverbs 23:7, and that says, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. And so when we break that down, if we really look at it and we really dissect it, for as he thinks, so that means we think with our mind, it is in his heart. So that means the mind and the heart are linked together. That means that what I think in my mind will come out from the place of my heart. The words that I'm speaking based off of how I'm thinking, they all flow together. So again, you might walk around like you got it all together. You might walk around and feel like, okay, I'm good, it's everybody else. But we will be able to tell if you are really good from the words that you're speaking, from the posture of your heart, from the motives, from what you are displaying. And a wounded person, they are not very happy people. They are not optimistic. They are broken. And the reality of the situation is, when you get to a place where you have allowed this to happen for so long that you choose not to heal the wounds, that you choose not to do the work to overcome the pain of your past, then you are bleeding on other people. And so you're looking for a pity party, and you want people to join your pity party, but people will start to notice, okay, something's not right. They aren't really who they say they are. They're not really their true authentic self, because this just don't look right. They're still wounded. They're still hurt. And it's some people that will help you walk that out, but ultimately you have to be willing to do the work to walk it out yourself. Nobody can force it on you. You have to be willing to look at yourself in the mirror and say, and be truthful and be honest. And I know that that can be hard for some people, because especially if you have been in deceit for so long, if you have been just operating from a place of pride, that might be hard for some people to really look at themselves and be like, okay, maybe I do need to do some work. Maybe I do need to check my heart. Maybe I do need to seek some outside help to check my mental and make sure I'm good, so that I can, help my family, or be a good friend, or just be a good person, period. And so Proverbs 23:7, that was the verse, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. So if your heart is wounded from childhood wounds, then guess what? Those are going to be your thoughts. If your heart is hurt from father wounds, mother wounds, from pain in your past, then guess what? That's going to be the posture of your heart until you decide to really do the work and heal. And if you choose to stay tied down to your trauma, then it's gonna show. You're not gonna be where you want to be in life. You're not gonna go where you want to go. You're not gonna fulfill the call and assignment on your life. So if you choose to stay tied down to the trauma, you are gonna be trapped and tricked, and you will keep going around in these perpetual patterns. These patterns will keep you stuck. You will continuously be going around the same mountains over and over and over again, wondering, why is everybody else passing me up? Why are they getting the blessings and I'm not? The truth of the matter is, God wants to bless you too, but he can't bless mess. You have to be willing to stay and heal. You have to be willing to spend time with yourself and become the true, authentic you. You have to be willing to really dig deep and stop suppressing and repressing those things that have happened to you in your childhood. You might not have been responsible, and that's okay. And the wound might not have been intentional. Our parents did the best that they could with what they had. Our grandparents did the best that they could with what they had. But the reality of the situation is you are responsible for you. You have to be responsible for your wounds. You have to be responsible for cleaning up the mess that you might have not even caused. You have to be responsible for really just getting on board and doing the work that is needed so you can become the best version of you. Going around the mountain over and over again, that's not what's up. It's time to really hone in and decide that you want to heal. We are on the cusp of 2021. Tomorrow starts a brand new month. 2020 is almost over. How long will you continue to operate from a wounded place? How long will you continue to make excuses for your father or your mother leaving when you were a kid? How long are you going to make excuses and try to throw pity parties when your friends are trying to throw victory parties? They're not inviting you because you are the Debbie Downer. They're not inviting you because you're toxic. They're not inviting you because you have not done your work. And when people are correcting you in love and they are looking out for you and letting you know, hey, it's something there that you might need to look at, you might need to seek some outside help, Pride, we got to put that to the side. Pride has not gotten us anywhere at all, ever. Pride will have you living in deception. You will truly think, okay, I'm good, it's everybody else. But in reality, you are the common denominator, and it is you. It is you. You have to begin to look at you. And this is not a message to cause any condemnation or any hopelessness, because there's always hope. There is always hope, and God has not forgotten about you. But you have to decide, enough is enough. I need to step into the fullness of who I am called and created to be. I need to step into the fullness of my assignment. There is legacy on the line. There are kids and my children's children that I am trying to break generational curses and cycles from. So you have to be healed and whole so that you can be able to show that and display that for your kids, so that they can show that and display that to their kids, so that new generations and new cycles can be formed, and new patterns and healthy patterns can come forth in your bloodline. If you have a bloodline where you can look back at your grandparents, at your great grandparents, and kind of see where cycles have started, you need to be able to stand in the gap and say, enough is enough. It stops with me. I'm not going forward with this. I don't agree with this. I come out of agreement with it. Break it, cancel it. It's not for you in your bloodline. It won't come on your kids. It won't come on your kids' kids. You have the authority to do that, but you can't do that if you see from cloudy eyes. If your lens is not full of clarity and you are looking from a lens of cloudiness, then you won't be able to see. You'll say, oh, this is just in my family. This is just how we do it. This is just how it is. This is just how it's gonna be. And the devil is a liar. That's not how it has to be. Because if it's toxic and it's dysfunctional and it's not bringing any prosperity in any area of your life, then it is not designed for you and your family. It is a lie from the pits of hell, and you need to cancel it. Come out of agreement with those things that have kept your family tied down to trauma. Come out of agreement with the things that hold you hostage to your past. Come out of agreement with the things that have you going around and around the mountain, stuck in self-pity, stuck in hopelessness, stuck in depression, and stuck in anxiety. You need to come out of agreement with those things. And so basically, if you want something different, you have to be able to do something different. If you're going to continue to operate from your same place, from your same hurt place, if you're going to get comfortable and build you a little bed in the pit, then guess what? You're going to stay there. And it's going to show in your relationships. It's going to show at work. It's going to show within your family. It's going to start to show in your kids. And when you see your kids operating like that, hopefully that's a wake-up call for you. But if it's not enough, you have to be real with you. Period. This is not about anybody else. This is not about your friends. This is not about your mother and father. This is about you. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and decide, has this pride been working for me? I want peace, but I keep operating from a place of pride. Is it really working for me? You have to decide. Do I want to keep myself tied down to this trauma, or am I ready for something new? Do I really truly want to triumph? You have to decide. You have to decide if you want something different, because the truth is, God wants to bless you. He wants you to prosper. He wants you to be in good health, but he cannot bless any mess, and he will not force himself upon you. So if you're tired of going around the same cycles, be real with yourself. If you're tired of going around the same mountains, be real with yourself. If you are tired of looking at your bloodline and seeing the things that have come in that have tried to take over your family, that you know that's not how it should be, you have to be truthful with you. And this is not to say that you pull people up and you rescue them, because that's not what you are called to do. All you can do is operate from your best self and hope that they see that and hope that they change themselves, that they go and get deliverance for themselves. But what you do have authority over is your legacy. And your legacy is your kids and your kids' kids and their kids' kids' kids. It goes back down to 4 generations. So you want to do what you have to do so that generational curses are not your portion, so that generational cycles are not your portion, so that generational trauma is not your portion. You want to begin to show up and show up victoriously. You want to begin to show up and show up from your healed place. You want to begin to show up and be who God has called you to be, because He has called you to be great. You are destined for greatness, and you have to display that for yourself as well as for your kids. In order to heal the trauma, you got to get to the root though. So if you have suppressed and repressed things for many, many years and you have overlooked, okay, my father did hurt me when he left, or you might have experienced sexual abuse as a child. You might have been just not really happy as a kid growing up in your house. It was chaotic. You had to walk on eggshells. Whatever the case may be, you have to get in alignment with the things that have caused pain in your family, with the things that have caused pain within you, and you have to go to the root. You have to go to the root and begin to pull those things up. You have to go to the root and begin to identify the things that have caused discomfort, dysfunction, chaos, cloudiness. You have to get to the root and decide that trauma is not going to be your portion, that this will be your last time going around that same mountain, that you are tired, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Anything that is keeping you bound to patterns, anything that is keeping you bound to toxicity in your life, anything that is keeping you bound to dysfunction, you will be able to see it and you will be able to tell from your relationships. Perpetual patterns don't just come up. They are constant. And if you look around and if you really break down the different chapters in your life, if you break down the different seasons in your life, if you break down just the different outcomes that you've received in your life from the things that you have done, because we all have free will. We all get to make a choice. Nothing that happens to us is because of it's because of a choice that we made more often than not. If you are making choices from a broken place, then guess what? The consequence is 9 times out of 10 going to be a broken consequence. You have to decide that you are ready to heal and do your work, that you're ready to stand in the gap and become the best you that you were called and created to be. You have to be willing to really, truly decide that you're going to overcome the trauma, that trauma is not your portion, that triumph is your portion, and that going around the mountain is not what you are called to do. That if you are stuck and stagnant in the same place, okay, it's time that I need to look at me. I need to really truly dissect and dive in and look at the things that I'm doing. What are the choices that I'm making? The decisions that I'm making, are they coming from a hurt place, or are they coming from a whole and healed place? Are my choices and decisions coming from pain in my past, or is it coming from me trying to propel into my purpose? You have to be real with you. Be honest, be truthful, be authentic. Step into your authentic you today. We are on the cusp of 2021, a whole new year. It's time. You cannot afford to keep drowning in the pit. It is time to get out of the pit and move to the palace. You are not called to live in the pit. The pit is not your place. The palace is your place. There is legacy on the line. There are generational cycles that need to be dismantled and destroyed. There are blessings that are waiting on you, but they are waiting on the healed you. There is purpose that is waiting on you, but it's waiting on the healed you. There is an assignment and people attached to your assignment that is waiting on you, but waiting on the healed you. You have to decide, what am I going to do? Is this pit comfortable? is this pattern really pushing me towards purpose, or is it really preventing me from prospering? Catch it. That was a whole preach right there. Is it keeping you from coming out of the pit? Is it preventing you from propelling into purpose? That's a serious question. You have to ask yourself some hard questions sometimes. How bad do you want it? And if you don't want it bad enough, guess what? The people around you can't force it upon you. That's not what they're there to do. And God will send people to help you along on your path, on your journey. But if you are so broken that you continue to sabotage those things, then guess what? He's not about to let you disrupt his son or daughter. God is not that type of God. He's going to remove that person from your life. And you're going to keep going around the same mountain wondering, I don't have any genuine relationships. I don't have any genuine friendships. Where are the people at? Well, when the people came, how were you operating? When the people came, what were you doing? When the people came, were you still broken? I can't give you my best if you're and bless you if you're still broken and all you're going to do is plan to break them. That's not how God operates. So when you're ready to step into your true self, your true authentic self, your best self, the best version of you, then you have to go back to the root of the pain. You have to go back to the root of your bloodline. You have to go back to the root of the dysfunction and really pull it up and dismantle it. Pull it up and come out of agreement with it. Pull it up and decide that that is not going to be your portion. I hope that this has blessed you. I can take any questions if anybody has any questions. Okay, it's not looking like any questions. So I just wanted to pop in really quickly and share that word with you. It is time to truly heal. It is time to really truly become the best you. It is really truly time to step into the fullness of who you are called to be. We can't play any games. We see the condition of this world. We saw what happened when COVID snuck up and tried to sucker punch us. We saw what happened. So now you have to decide, what are you going to do? And that entails some hard questions sometimes. It really truly does. Make you have to look at you, and guess what? It's okay. It might be uncomfortable, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be as uncomfortable as you having to stay in the pit of despair, hopelessness, depression, anxiety, any of those things that come with unresolved trauma, any of that. So it's time to level up and become the best you that you can be. Happy Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all real soon.